Well, my name is Henry Cosley, and I want to thank you for joining me again on my Human Behavior YouTube channel. This is a fairly new channel. I've had it for probably about 3 months. Yes. And so I want to thank you for joining me today on my Human Behavior YouTube channel. Now, I earned a Master's of Arts degree in Human Behavior from National University in La Jolla, California. So it is certainly appropriate that I discuss on this channel issues of human behavior. What makes people do what they do or to think the way they think? What's the stimuli? Yes. Now, don't forget to log on to my Christian ministry channel. Yes, I have a Christian ministry channel called Henry Cosley Ministries, Inc. Yes. Henry Cosley, Causly Ministries, Inc., where I have more than 150 Christian sermons for spiritual inspiration. Yes. And with all that's going on in our society today, from COVID-19 to many other life stresses, we need all the inspiration and motivation we can get, and I'm sure you will agree. Yes. And I'm also author of a little inspirational book called Pathway to Positive Living. Yes. And this little book is available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, BooksAMillion.com, and Goodreads.com. And I think if you read it, you just may find something among its pages that may be uplifting and inspiring. Oh, yes. So, my human behavior topic today is going to be, why are some people afraid of flying? Why are some people afraid of flying on planes or helicopters? Yes. Now, smarttravel.com says that the fear of flying can be caused by a number of factors, including claustrophobia or the fear of heights. Now, many nervous flyers feel irrational anxiety, that the plane will going to malfunction and crash if they fly. Yes. See, no matter how many times they hear the statistics about how safe flying is compared to, let's say, driving a vehicle or something like that, they still have that deep-seated fear of flying on a plane. Now, commercial flight in this modern day is fairly safe. In fact, very safe. Yes. And when we just go and don't think about it, just get on the plane, put your music on your ears, concentrate on something else. Before you know it, you'll be to where you got to go. Yes. And even if you're going out of country, you have to take your mind off it, and just go in faith and belief that God will get you there. Yes. Now, aerophobia or aviophobia are the two terms for the fear of flying. Aerophobia or aviophobia are the two terms for the fear of flying. Yes. And that fear is you don't want to fly, you don't want to fly on a plane, and you don't want to fly on a helicopter. Oh, no. In our modern society today, I'm sure you would agree, flying is a necessity for many people, especially for certain professions. Business people, yes, they have to travel to visit, do a lot of travel to visit their, where they're going to have a business meeting or to do all those kind of things. And we need to ride or fly on a plane. We're going to go on a vacation to another country or something. Yes. And even if you're flying to another state, going on the plane will get you there so much sooner. You don't have to drive. Leave all the flying to the captain of the plane. Yes, yes, yes. So flying is a necessity for many people because of business reasons and many, many other reasons. Now, traveling or visiting when you're going on vacation, flying is the key to getting you there sooner. Yes, it is the key to getting you there sooner. It's the quickest way to get there. Yes. And in our modern world, growing closer, and as we grow closer and we are so wrapped up in technology and communication, flying has become inevitable. Yes. It's a necessary something that we have to do. Now, many people feel a sense of mild anxiety before flights, and that's normal. Yeah, that's normal. However, in case of people with aerophobia, the anxiety takes on a more serious turn. And such people, what they start to do, they start to avoid family vacations. They don't want to fly if they have to fly there. Oh, yeah, they'll avoid family vacations. Or they'll put off business meetings in another state somewhere. They got to be there quickly. And some might not go to their business meeting. Yes, because they have to fly. Now this can often have a devastating effect on one's career too. You got to make those business meetings. You got to get there. Yes, yes. And it can also have a devastating effect not only on your career, but also on your personal life. Yes. Now, as with many types of fears and phobias, the fear of flying also has physical and psychological manifestations. Yes. The physical symptoms include sweating, trembling, increased heart rate, nausea, and even vomiting and other forms of gastrointestinal distresses, all because of the fear of flying. Yes. Yes. And there are some psychological symptoms of fear of flying, including irritation, dizziness, thoughts of falling to your death if the plane crashes or something, inability to think clearly, disorientation, and nervousness. And most people suffering from aerophobia start to experience these symptoms as soon as they reach the airport. Yes, as soon as they reach that airport. They need to fly. They know they have to fly to get where they need to go in a certain amount of time. But as soon as they reach the airport, that fear starts setting in. They may become irritable, show signs of major panic attacks. Oh, yeah. Yes. And especially, it hits them hard when they start to boarding the aircraft. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the fear of flying is often linked to the fear of confined spaces. You're on that plane, and once it takes off, you can't go anywhere that much until you reach your destination. Yes, you're in that confined space. Yes. So these people, the person who they dislike the closed and cramped spaces in an aircraft, and may have the feelings of being trapped and unable to escape. They don't have control, you see. The airline pilot, he has the control. Yes, yes, yes. Instead of sitting back, relaxing, putting their mind on something else, they go into a panic attack, into a fear mode. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the fear of heights, aerophobia, is also linked with the fear of flying. Yes. Acrophobia. Let me give that correct for you. So the fear of heights, acrophobia, is also linked with the fear of flying, aerophobia. Yes, yes. Some people can't deal with that height that plane being way up there in the air. Oh, yes. And so the fear of heights, acrophobia, is also linked with the fear of flying, aerophobia. Oh, yes, oh, yes. And the fear of flying is not usually related to any drugs or medication. A number of factors can contribute to the fear of flying. For example, a traumatic flight in the past. Oh boy, you had a bad experience on that plane, so hey, you're not going to be flying. And you may have been on a plane where their air turbulence was really bad, and it scared you really bad, and you decided, oh no, I'm not going to fly. Oh no. And even images on television of plane crashes or news reports about a plane being hijacked by terrorists. This could put in a great deal of fear, aerophobia, in a person's mind, spirit. Yes, in their mind. Oh yes, oh yes. Now, the symptoms of the fear of flying affects a lot of people all over the world. Yes, all over the world. Yes. And a great way to deal with it, the fear of flying, groups and individual therapy sessions might help you get with others who have that same fear, and have a therapy session and talk about it and all of those things. But if the aerophobia is especially intense, the person may want to seek some type of professional help from a psychologist or psychiatrist. Yeah. Yes. Bradley Doucette wrote in atlassociety.org that 25% to 50% of people, are either very afraid or somewhat afraid of flying. Yes, yes. Somewhat afraid, I can understand that, yes. But some are very, very afraid. Aerophobia, for sure, yes. And most people have heard that flying on a plane is actually very safe, but many people do not know or understand the statistical data that proves flying is safe. Yeah, they don't know that, that data, the statistical data. For example, according to a table at the National Transportation Safety Board website, yes, during the 20-year period from 1988 to 2007, roughly, that's a 20-year period, from about 1988 to 2007, roughly only 100 people died in a plane crash to every 6 billion miles. Now, 100 people is too much anyway, right? Yes, we don't want nobody to die in a plane crash. But when you're comparing it, right, roughly 100 people died in a plane crash over that 20-year period for every 6 billion miles the planes flew. Wow. That is a really, really some good numbers there. Right. Now, just compare that to the 40,000 or more people who die every year. Remember, this was 20 years, only roughly 100 people for the planes, right? But compare that to the 40,000 or more people who die every year in car crashes in American roads. Or the thousands of Americans who succumb to heart disease and cancer. Yes. So when we consider those things, cars and other things in life, flying is quite safe. Yeah, it's quite safe. So when we realize how safe flying is, we compare it to a lot of other things. You probably more likely may be in a vehicle crash than a plane crash, from what statistical standards. Far more likely, yeah, because people drive really bad, some of them, and many are rushing and don't pay attention, and Oh, when you add up all the different reasons, drunk drivers and all these other things, yes, flying is safer. You need to go those long distances. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, when we compare, as I said again, flying with other methods, other things that you can lose your life with, flying is quite safe. Yes, yes, yes. So the more people fly instead of driving, it's likely the more people, more lives that will be saved. Yes, the more people who fly instead of driving those long distances across country, etc., likely more lives will be saved. Yes, yes. So I would like to know from you, and another thing too, we tend to forget that the professional athletes, they fly a lot during the season. NFL, NBA, hockey, all the different professional sports. These teams, they fly a lot on planes during the season. And that lets you know how pretty safe flying is. Yes, quite safe. Yes, very safe compared to other things in our society. Oh, yes. And, businessmen do a lot of flying. Yes, yes. Professional athletes, businessmen, they all do a lot of flying on planes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, I would like to know from you, yes, your thoughts on why so many people has aerophobia, afraid to fly. Yes, yes. Do you have aerophobia? Are you really afraid to fly? I won't fly or avoid flying at all costs. Or do you know someone like that? Yes, yes. So please comment and give me your thoughts on this topic. And please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take care.